Why are you acting like this place is empty? It's not. Hey everybody, welcome or welcome back, and let's dive into another paranormal debunking video. I thought today we would look at Sam and Colby just to get it out of the way, really. I don't want to. I've had to endure so much Sam and Colby because my little sibling was one of their biggest fans at one point. Luckily they've grown up. I exposed them enough to the Ouija brothers that they went, you know what, maybe Sam and Colby are faking. And I was like, yes, I never have to listen to Sam and Colby again. Except I do, because I do this now. But anyway, let's jump over and get started. So their most popular video is actually this one, and I would be very happy to do this, but that would be a long video. That would be over the hour mark for me. So if you would like me to do this one at some point, I definitely can. But I think I normally go for the most popular of them on their own, but they don't really do shit on their own, do they? They like having guests. Okay, so we'll go for this one, and I think I may have already seen this one before. I've also noticed in editing, I need to talk more, I need to pause it more. I can always cut it out if I'm like talking too much. I just need to pause it. I don't need to wait for context and like get an idea of what's going on, because I will forget that I need to say something. So hopefully I did a little bit better this time. None of you complained about it yet, but I'm aware of it and I don't like it. So I'm gonna try better. I'm gonna try better? I'm gonna try harder. Grab your sass mug, or your tea, or your drink, get a drink, and let's do this.
For Norman Baker, you're like, yes!
Hey! Anybody else stressed? I just need something again.
I just want to feel an entity.
You want to feel an entity?
Yeah.
We're about to, because we're at the Crescent Hotel.
That is one haunted looking big boy.
The place is definitely haunted.
You can just tell by looking at it.
Oh.
Read the book by the cover.
You can't just tell by looking at it. It just looks like an old building. Like, okay.
Book by the cover. Ominous. Judge.
Oh shit.
We are here with Selena Spooky Boo and Call Me Chris, aka literally the biggest TikTokers in all of Canada.
Literally. Yeah.
Yeah! So if you guys have not heard of them, you're probably living under a rock, but welcome back. Everyone freaking loves Selena.
Thanks,
and
guys.
Chris,
Yeah.
how you feeling right
Not everyone, apparently.
now?
I got a lot to live up to, apparently. But I'm excited. I'm terrified.
Are you into ghost stuff?
I'm super into ghost stuff.
Okay, good,
Yeah.
because this is one of the most haunted hotels in all of America.
I'm gonna be checking that. We'll see.
This place has a lot of messed up history.
I love the paint choices, like black and red.
Black and red, very
It's like The
ominous.
Shining.
Yo, what the Oh my god!
Is this the cat manager, Morris?
Yo, this
Best hotel ever. They have a cat. Eek. Staff choices. Yes. Curry! Hey, you thought I wasn't looking? Sneaking under that sofa.
Yo, this could be Morris, the new manager.
The ghost right now.
When this hotel was first started, they had a general manager, which was the cat. It was like a little orange tabby cat.
A cat was the general
They
manager
made
of this
the cat
hotel?
a general manager, and then when it passed away, there was like 300 people that showed up to its death ceremony or something, right? Funeral?
Funeral? Yes, death
I love death ceremonies way more.
Way cooler.
So is this who I ask if I need extra pillows in my room?
Yes.
Okay.
Look at his whiskers. They're like ghost receptors.
He's a REM pod. That's so funny.
Dude, that's adorable.
Why is this funny? I hate that this is funny. Can we not? Can we just get on to like the bullshit, please? I don't want to be laughing.
How cute that is, and he's got a little exit sign just in case he forgets.
Oh my god.
So sick.
These walls so much.
Dude, this just screams haunted. Oh my
Keeps going.
Oh my god. Are you fucking kidding me?
It's literally, I'm sorry, it's very Shining vibes.
It's very big hotel vibes. What? Do you just expect hotels to not have big long corridors? Like, how else are you gonna get to the rooms? It's got an old, loud carpet, but most hotels do. But other than that, the walls are painted one colour. There's no creepy ass wallpaper that looks like you've fallen into the fucking back rooms. Like, no, it's not giving The Shining.
Yes, it is. Oh
And there's gonna be a little kid on a tricycle just comes around the corner.
Oh, hell no.
Okay, that was painted white. It's painted green and red. It's not creepy wallpaper, and it's not white. The carpet isn't even the same, or similar.
Room 202 is said to be one of the most haunted rooms in the entire hotel. A lot of people see a waiter coming in and out with trays during the night.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that. Just bring me food. Ghosts are fine if they're in their keep, you know what I mean?
The other legend about room 202 is that there's a lady that appears at the foot of the bed dressed in a Victorian outfit that will just watch you sleep.
I'm gonna be okay.
Also, fine, like, just, it's not doing anything wrong, is it? Like, just mind your business, she'll mind her business, everything's cool.
Okay today, buddy. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be okay.
Not gonna be okay, actually not at all. You open the door over there, but then you open the door from the middle.
Oh wow, just the height of intelligence in this video is just down here. It's low.
I hear her laughing.
I think there's a ghost behind us.
Laughing for sure.
I literally do think I hear something. Listen to that.
What?
This is your room.
Oh my god, stop. I'll open it.
Jesus.
I just really want to turn this door.
Isn't Selena now claiming that she's like some big medium and like always been into ghosts and did I say ghosts and everything? But in this video, she prior to claiming to be a medium, she's like scared and freaking out and like, no, I don't want to go in there. If you've always been aware of ghosts, and by this point she's, I don't know how old she is, 20s, 30s, surely you'd be used to it by now and it'd be just like one of those things. Like, I don't claim to be a medium, but it just sort of became like one of those things. Like, the activity around me just became one of those things, like, by the time I was 18, when I hit a push. I know not everybody's me, but like, at some point you get acclimatized to it, you get used to it.
I want to turn this door. Wait, is this a door? Wait, does this open? Oh, it's so nice. Look at this.
Yo!
You guys got a goddamn suite. This is
Bed is
sick.
glorious.
Yeah, that's like a.
So he's
that's
just
huge.
gonna stand here and he's gonna be like, nightmare, nightmare, nightmare.
Nightmare.
I don't know about the nightmare part, but yeah.
We're gonna be in this bed together. We are.
Oh.
Cue the music.
Ghosts are freaky, we are too.
Oh, you did it!
I'm a big girl. I'm gonna get the fuck back in here.
Dude, oh my
This
god.
is amazing. It's a really small railing. Like,
Everybody
you can
jump on
easily
3.
just toss
1.
yourself over.
Jump up and down, not off.
This is nice. How do you? So now we're locked in. The ghost locked us in.
How do we get out? Holy shit!
Oh, Selena's just stupid. It's fine.
I am.
I'm just kidding. I love you.
She's not the only one, because again, the height of intelligence in this video is like on the floor. And I think that's why it's funny to me. Like, the kiddie stuff was funny because kiddies, but just the level of stupidity in this video is just, it's making me laugh, and I don't know whether I like that or not.
The Crescent Hotel, a building that's literally been around since 1886. It was a hotel for a majority of the past, but it was also a all-women's college, which is interesting because there's actually a story of a student who asked for a Ouija board because she felt weird vibes here.
So even before this main story we're about to talk about, people were already thinking it's haunted for 100 years.
And then it all went to shit when a man named Norman Baker, a con man, in 1937 turned this place into a hospital and pretty much tricked hundreds of people saying he could cure their cancer.
So after the Great Depression, this town was hurting pretty bad. But Norman Baker came to town as one of the wealthiest people to hit the town, and he completely reinvented the place, which was good for the town, and that made the townspeople kind of overlook the fact that he might not have the best intentions. He came in, named the hotel Baker Hotel after himself, aka where the sick folks get well. He was one of these evil genius types of con men. He was an extremely charismatic guy. Like, everyone loved him. He was great.
I'm listening, but Kari looks like she's about to climb my curtains, so I'm keeping an eye on, but I'm listening.
With people. To even make everything happier, he made this entire hospital purple. Everything he did was purple. People even called him the Purple Man. He wore purple.
The Purple Man? William Afton? FNAF? Okay, I'll stop.
drove a purple car, even chimneys, like still on this building, were purple.
People were literally writing articles about the purple man coming to save the town even though he was just causing havoc.
Even without a doctor's license at all, he opened this hospital saying that he could cure cancer. He made up this random formula, but in reality it did nothing, and almost every single patient that came through these doors died.
He was so evil. He would inject people 5 to 7 times with this fake cure, and then he would notice as their health started deteriorating, he would send them home, have them sign paperwork that didn't have dates saying that they were okay and that the placebo formula worked, and then they would die in their home, so it wasn't his fault technically.
And even when he first opened the hospital, he did this big publicity stunt with 5 cancer patients. He injected them with the Formula 5 and broadcasted all over, which he was a very well-known radio host. He had magazines, all this stuff. Like, he was a very well-known guy. And because of his influence, he convinced everybody that this cure worked. But in reality, all 5 of these patients died with his formula.
I just think it's interesting how this guy might have been the first person in the entire world to use influence, like the radio, he had followers, to sell a product that was literally killing people. Who else did that in the 1930s?
In the 1930s? I mean, I'm not about to go sit here and look it up, but quite a few people. I mean, maybe not with the radio necessarily, it might not have been that big, but many people were conning and doing shit like this to just get rich. Yeah, I don't know about the level of influence of like being practically famous, or at least like locally famous. But yeah, scamming people has always existed. And okay, Sam and Colby aren't out there killing people necessarily. I mean, I think it's only a matter of time before somebody permanently exits due to the afterlife and the fake ghost stuff. Either because they think that they can get to their loved ones, or because they find out it's not real and they get so destabilized by that they just cannot cope, cannot accept it. So while, you know, they're not holding the gun necessarily, or, you know, holding the fake medical cure, they could still be responsible, or at least partly responsible, for somebody's death. I think it's interesting that the scammers are talking about somebody else that scammed people.
For deaths that happened here because of his cancer treatment.
That means minimum 2 people per month were dying. People are paying so much money. They are emptying their savings accounts to try to heal. And he's just taking their money, watching them scream in agony as the cancer gets worse and worse and worse, and then they die.
He even created a psych ward section of the hospital where he would send people that were complaining that this formula didn't work, and the people that were just screaming in pain from their cancer. So super messed up dude. He was obviously just in it for the money.
And it kind of worked. He made millions off of these dying patients. Everybody believed him. Even the nurses felt like they were actually treating people.
So you might be wondering, how did this guy not get caught? Well, actually the feds were after him for the only 2 years that he owned this hospital, so they caught him eventually, but
all he had to do was pay like a $4,000 fine and spend a few years in prison. He was off scot-free with millions of dollars, and he was able to go and live a luxurious life in Florida.
No, that's disgusting. He's a disgusting human. How can you knowingly kill that many people and only get 4 years? Like, that's, and a fine that barely even touches his wealth. That's fucked.
Norman Baker is a narcissistic con artist doctor who got away with one of the most sadistic crimes ever committed, and thus his spirit still roams these halls.
Why did his spirit roam those halls if he moved away to Florida? Hang on. Directions. I don't know where in Florida, so we'll just go to Florida. Okay, so you're telling me that this man haunts this hotel after getting arrested, doing 4 years in prison, God knows where, and then moving all the way down to Florida. Obviously we don't know where, but which is approximately 1,134 miles away. So he moves 1,000 miles away, presumably dies in Florida, but he's haunting this hotel 1,000 miles away. Seems legit. Not.
Oh my god, every haunted hotel has a long corridor with a giant ass mirror at the end.
yes!
It does.
That's just space planning. You put a mirror at the end of the hallway because it bounces the light. Otherwise you end up, I mean, preferably there would be a window there. But if there's not a window there, you put something like a mirror so that it bounces the light. Otherwise you just end up with a dark ass corner. It's a hotel. Okay.
Is this where our room is?
Our room is in the back fucking corner.
It's like in a corridor.
What is this?
What the hell? It's a secret passageway. Does it have like scratch marks?
But like, why did this get destroyed so much? So where's yours like that?
Well,
Everyone's like, yo, let me get in, or something scratched.
makes sense if it's haunted. The vibe.
Wait, what?
So creepy.
Oh my god.
What? This is horrifying.
Room 419 is going to be the most important and the most haunted room. We're in here right now. This is known to be haunted by a woman named Theodora. So we're not exactly sure who Theodora actually was. She could have been a patient here when this place was a hospital, or a nurse. She's usually spotted outside the main door of 419, fumbling with her purse or looking for her keys. People have even seen this lady and asked her like, hey, do you need help? Like, what's going on? And she'll just respond, I'm looking for my keys, and disappear.
Oh,
That's
God. But apparently Theodora is a nice ghost, and so nice that she even tidies up the room. Like when people come in here, throw off all their clothes and go take a shower or something, a lot of people report coming back out of the shower, everything's folded up nicely. Which that sounds pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah, you know what that reminds me of? That's the same story of the ghost from Stanley.
Yeah.
So either they stole the Stanley Hotel ghost story, or could it just be housekeeping? Like if you're in the shower, you might not be able to hear. It could just be housekeeping. It's a hotel. It's not outside the realm of possibility.
217 maid. One theory is that she was actually the nurse for a long time, a head nurse. But because she fell ill with cancer, she actually became a patient at the same place that she worked. So isn't that a trip? Like imagine like working with cancer patients, seeing them die and die and die, and then you have cancer, and so you become one of the patients that you've seen.
I mean, maybe, but surely if you work treating cancer and you've seen basically everybody die, why would you, I mean, unless you're like fully under the narc influence and like fully believe, like I've been there, I know what that's like, why would you go to that hospital and become a patient? Surely you'd go to an actual hospital, or like a better hospital, a different hospital. It sounds like one of those stories that's not true.
Did.
Maybe she has some guilt, and that's why she's still here today.
But a lot of mediums and psychics who were coming here in the late 90s when this reopened as a hotel thought to have actually talked to Theodora herself, saying that she has a function in this hotel. She's one of those nice ghosts that is trying to help the other spirits move on.
Why is it so cold?
Look at how creepy this
It
was.
is so cold in here.
That smells good as hell.
Look at that little door.
There's no doorknob. There's no doorknob.
Is that where
This is-
Theodore sleeps?
Yeah, he's gonna come out and kill You're you gonna guys wake tonight. up
Theodora's
and
a
that's
woman.
gonna be open. Just kidding. She's gonna come out. Why are you assuming her gender?
Why would they make it
it's
so
nailed
much
shut.
creepier?
It's nailed shut.
It's nailed.
Why do you need to do that?
I don't know.
Isn't that
To stop the guests going into it because they don't need to go into it. Like, it doesn't serve any purpose for the guests. They could get locked in there, they could get stuck in there, they could get hurt in there. We don't actually know what is in there. Maybe there's like piping and plumbing or something, like obviously, or like if they ever needed to get to that, they could just pry it open. But yeah, we don't know what's in that cupboard, but guests don't need to go in there. So if you like lock it up, people could pick the lock, they could, you know, people are people, like sure, yeah, they could still pry it open, but it's a lot harder to like pick the lock and then just like leave it how you found it, or destroy something and just close the door. If you had to pry it open, then housekeeping or the staff in general are gonna notice that you've been in there. But it's not like oh my god, it's haunted, or that there's a dead body in there, or that there's ghost stuff, ghost adjacent stuff. Just because there's a cupboard that's been nailed shut, it's probably a safety issue for the guests. Not everything is like this grand conspiracy that it's haunted or whatever. It's just a door.
Howdy, they call me Eddie Valiant. Here at the hotel, my name is actually Christopher Swartz, and welcome to America's most haunted hotel.
Okay, but Eddie is like vibes though. Like, I don't trust a word that he says, but vibes.
Do you believe it is actually the most haunted hotel though?
I do.
Really, why?
I have experienced so many things in here, it is not even funny.
Yeah, could be true, but also paycheck.
What do you think like is your scariest experience here?
Being locked down in the morgue. Locked? Almost locked down in the morgue twice.
Wow.
So if we scream and get locked down, no one will come save us.
Perfect.
You're looking a little nervous there.
Yeah, I'm good. It's cool. I got good vibes, and I'm gonna be completely honest, right between my boobs, I do have holy water.
What the? Oh my god, are you kidding me? Yo!
Yes.
Now, Norman, he
Again, medium. Claimed medium. So scared, she brought holy water.
had actually had his workers go and perform autopsies after the deaths of the patients that were here. He would also have them take out all these infected parts from like cancers and everything else like that, put them in bottles and jars, and pretty much putting it up as like almost like a trophy. When Norman was arrested, the next people to buy this building unknowingly bought all these bottles and jars of parts. We thought for the longest time they were put in like a dump. 2019 comes around, our gardeners are doing some work in the back with the backhoe, and they start hearing the breaking of glass.
What? Wait, this happened in
2019?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Like 3 years ago?
Yes.
There were still body parts in these jars.
Yes.
Oh my god.
in there?
There's still bottles.
That's disgusting.
Nobody even had a thought that this might actually be here.
Do you guys still have the tissues and like body parts that were in here?
We do.
Would that actually be a thing? Like, would you actually be able to do that? I mean, I guess it's like all cordoned off and everything, but that's a biohazard, and like, I would have thought that would have been like really bad for the ground as well. Obviously, like, yeah, sure, you could bury it because like nobody knows that you've done that, but like once you dug it up and discovered it, surely one, you'd have to report it, and two, would you be able to keep it like that? Because it's going to be intoxifying the ground. Is that a word? I don't know. Intoxifying the ground, and it's a literal biohazard. I mean, maybe it's true, maybe it's fine, maybe they've, you know, passed the safety checks they need to have that. I don't know enough about the rules and the laws over in the US for that sort of thing. It just makes me think, is it actually real, or is it just for the drama?
We had actually gotten reports back from during our Crescent College days, one of the girls getting pregnant. There was also a report of a girl who had fallen off of our 3rd floor balcony and landed in our garden here. Balcony that she's actually seen falling from is that 3rd floor balcony right there. We've actually had reports from some of our guests who have been sitting out here, even sitting in their rooms, to see a woman in a white gown surrounded by like a white mist fall from that 3rd floor balcony into this garden here where she dissipates. It's also been said that if you look up to the balcony quick enough where she fell from, you might just see the shadow of a man backing away from that balcony.
Oh, she got put on
But there is actually a lookout point right over the valley this way. Cop was sitting over at this lookout point, right over towards the hotel, sees a woman in a white gown fall from the 3rd floor balcony into the garden, and of course calls it in. They all show up here and they tell him, well, there's nothing here. You probably just saw the girl in the mist. 10:30 to 11, you might just see her. It's not a constant thing, just keep that in mind.
It's not like 10:30. It's a little residual energy. Okay.
I don't necessarily disbelieve some of these stories. I'm more likely to believe something if, one, I've seen it myself, two, other people I trust talk about it, or three, if there is actually like some sort of paper trail, like, for example, the policeman seeing it, calling it in, or, you know, somebody seeing it, calling it in, and then police show up and blah blah blah. Also, if like multiple reports from people who have no stake in the game are reporting the same or very similar things. What I don't believe is places like Hill House, where it's just pure speculation, there's no proof any of these people existed, etc. Or like, I don't believe that, what's his face, is it Norman? Norman haunts this hotel, considering he fucked off to Florida. No, the chances of, like, why? It's 1,000 miles away, why would he be haunting that hotel if he died out in Florida, having the time of his life with his millions? It just doesn't make any sense. Like, there's got to be some sort of logic train for me to be able to follow, for me to be like, maybe? They're not saying yes, not saying no, but maybe? Anyway, let's carry on.
Our next spirit here is Michael, of course.
Michael.
He is who we consider a very, very active and intelligent spirit, especially with our ladies. Now, ladies, keep in mind, you might just feel like a caress of the cheek, patting of your hair, maybe even a little tickle on the sides.
Like the first one ever?
Yes, he actually died in the making of this hotel. He was actually working way up high in the building one day, sees a beautiful young lady passing down below and decides, hey, I need to get her attention. Probably doing a little hoot and holler and maybe even a little Irish jig. Now, he slips, falls to the hotel, and lands on a beam that is now part of room 218.
Oh my god.
If you're watching this, don't catcall girls or else you're gonna die.
We've also had women who were in the bathroom having a shower.
You talked to us. You were so psychic. I said he's gonna watch me in the shower, isn't he?
Or it's just a baseline human fear of being watched or attacked when you're vulnerable and when you're in the shower covered in soap and bubbles and you can't see because there's a shower curtain in the way. You're undressed. It's multiple levels of vulnerable. So it's just a innate human fear.
Wasn't he 17 though?
He was 17.
My statement. He's like 100 now, isn't he? That's consensual.
Well, there's also been instances with men, he doesn't quite like them being around the ladies. He kind of sees it as a challenge. They'll be laying in their beds at night when all of a sudden they'll feel a foot in their back, fall low and getting kicked right out of bed. Somebody was sitting in this room here, they're recording, and next thing you start hearing in this video is 3 little clicks of locks. Ooh. Michael has been known to unlock and open up the doors.
No, just no. We don't need the justification of that kind of thing here, please. Thank you.
Most of the spirits here don't just stay in one room. I was in the middle of one of my tours and we were right here at Michael's door. As we're getting ready to leave this area, 2 doors down in room 214, 3 kids come falling out of their room screaming.
What?
And of course I asked them, you guys okay? Yeah, no. Our mom was standing in the bathroom door shut itself and then the door handle fell off. Fell off. So she got locked in there.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Someone was coming down the stairs behind us. I thought it was Sam, but then like...
And we're all here, and you were in front of me.
You know the corner of the eye thing?
Yeah.
But I was like certain Sam was behind us, and I was like... And then I realized that there was just...
What the fuck?
Wait, Chris, did you hear too?
Yeah, no, like the stairs, but I
Feel my chest, feel my heart.
And guys, we were just about to start the investigation. We got all of our equipment. Like,
We are literally being followed
We
now.
were talking about communicating and then that happens.
Yeah.
It could have just been the stairs making stairs noises, but also, maybe, I don't know. Like, I don't know how I feel about this place. Like, it might have some basis in it, but until I start doing some research, I really don't know. Also, completely off topic. It's not really off topic. It's just like, it's probably something I should have said earlier. But can we talk about how, like, Americans, I know obviously America is like native America is not a baby country, but in terms of like Western, modern America, colonized America, that's what I'm after. Colonized America is a very sort of baby country. So they're like, oh my god, the hotel was built in the 1800s, it's so old. Like, babe, it's not that old. Like, some of our buildings are like 1500s, 1400s, even earlier than that. I don't know how old, like, England's like oldest structure in terms of like still used building, commercial or residential building is. Maybe I should look that up. The oldest building in England that is still standing and in continuous use is St Martin's Church in Canterbury, Kent, dating back to before 570. No, I can't read numbers. 597 AD. Damn, that's old. But yeah, 1800s. That's a baby building. Like, it's old-ish, but it's not like old. Like, think of the stories St Martin's Church has. Now I'm interested in St Martin. Damn it, why do I do this to myself? Okay, anyway, let's just continue. Otherwise, I'm gonna get sidetracked.
What time is it? It is 10:44. We fucking missed it.
All right.
Just kidding.
Like, subscribe.
10:30 to 11.
10:30 to 11, so maybe we'll still catch it.
Hell to the yeah. Did we turn the light on in there? I don't remember doing that. That's our room.
Oh, with the fan?
We never turned that light on. Did you turn that on?
Wait, what the heck is going on right now?
You didn't turn that on?
That's our room right there with the lamp on, and none of us turned it on.
Did you turn the fan
Wait, have you been to your room since?
Nope. I didn't touch the light switch. Did you touch the light switch?
No, there was no lights in any room, I don't think. I mean, we could look back on the footage, but I don't think so. What?
Sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. What'd you see?
What the fuck just happened?
No, because I don't want to believe what wait, in our room. No, Chris,
What the fuck did you just say?
Wait, no, you're good.
Chris,
you're
what'd
good.
you see?
Literally somebody standing in the window in our room.
I mean, maybe housekeeping turned the lamp on and I just forgot to turn it off. Maybe the staff did it on purpose because they know that they're here paranormal investigating. Maybe it was a ghost or some sort of paranormal activity. Or maybe Sam and Colby turned the light on. and just didn't tell them? Or could some of the lights be on timers? Like, that's also possible. I mean, that one's probably not as likely, but it's still possible. Yeah, I like to go over all the scenarios I can think of, even if they're not likely. But yeah, like, if Sam and Colby wanted a genuine reaction out of them for the content, they could have turned the light on. Like, on the way out, like if they were the last out of the room, for example, just turn it on and then go about their day or their investigation or whatever, and then, you know, they're going to end up outside at some point. Then obviously Chris sees it, has an organic reaction. That makes great content. Shine a fucking camera and a light in her face. It's not outside of the realm of possibility, and actually that's probably the most likely scenario, at least for me. I'm also not saying Chris didn't see a person in her room, but if she's already freaked out, then she could be more susceptible to seeing something that's not there, especially if she's like actively looking for something. Again, it could have been the staff, because they know that they're here investigating. They know that they're going to go out the front and look for the girl that fallen from the balcony. I'm not saying it is the staff. I'm not saying she didn't see what she thinks she saw. But again, alternate possibilities.
Did you see what it looked like at all or anything?
Tall. Like up to that windowsill. Like up.
But then again, the camera didn't pick it up. So assuming she didn't see what she thinks she saw, it would be leaning more on pareidolia, because the camera didn't pick it up. So it probably wasn't the staff. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking about it and just watch the video.
What if it's Michael? It was like not, that wasn't a woman.
But Michael was 17. If this was like a taller man
But
figure.
floor 2 was that's his floor.
That's his floor?
I mean, you can be fully grown at 17. I know a 14-year-old who's like 6 foot. Age and height doesn't really come into it.
While we go around and investigate these other places, I would be curious to put that camera in your room,
Yes.
like full time.
Hey, we're coming down the stairs. Maybe, you know, the spirits can't leave. They know that that's your room. They know that we're coming out here because they heard us, and they like literally came to see what we were doing. Nothing's here is like evil though, which is great.
Nothing here is evil, you know, apart from Norman. And also, there's no proof that the spirits can't leave. Like, the girl on the balcony is literally outside. Why would they be, like, locked to the building? That doesn't make any sense. And also, could you imagine the type of, and it's assuming this is real, could you imagine the sort of energy it would take to move from your normal haunting place? Like, or go from, like, the lower staircases all the way up to that specific room. Not only that, you'd have to know it was that room. It just, the logic isn't there for me. That doesn't track.
So when we were talking earlier on the drive up here, you said you used to talk to Selena about the fact that you kind of are more empathic. I mean, I know, like...
and like, not to the degree Selena is at all, but yeah, I've had experiences that I can't explain.
Selena, you kind of see stuff too, or can go into like trances, right?
Yeah, I did like home reading, so like I see like memories and stuff like that, but a long time ago something really sketchy happened after I went to like an exorcism, so I put it away. And the first time I kind of did it again was back at Casa Loma.
Oh my
which was
god.
Crazy.
Yeah, how was that experience after like doing that?
Watching it back, it's almost like I don't even remember it happening. Cats clapping in my face, like I have no memory of that at all.
I mean, if you're going just from like a psychological point of view, I'm more into like the psychology. I know a lot about trauma and dissociation and all of that. If you're going into trance-like states, you're putting yourself in a state of willful dissociation. You are choosing to dissociate. Dissociation comes with memory loss, or can cause memory loss. So it's completely plausible and logical and mundane that you could not remember your trance states.
No, it's something like I'm always willing to like do again, but like it is a scary thing because like I've seen what the darkest can be, and that's why when people are like, do you believe? I'm like, there's no doubt in my life because I've seen the darkest and the lightest moments. It's a dangerous thing to play with, but at the same time, if you do it the right way, I feel like there's always kind of like an Uno reverse. You just gotta get a hold of the right people. When you start manifesting something, things start to happen.
Yes, very much so, but that doesn't mean it's outside of your own psyche. Like, I've said this before, but I do... How do I put this? I am skeptical. I am a spiritual theorist. I am logic first, or mundane first. But I do believe that there is something greater than us. That has been proven in some capacity. I've got cat fat floating in my face. That has been proven in some capacity. Or experiments have been done with, like, you know, they're like the rice jars, where you speak loving words to one and hate to another, and one grows mouldy and the other one's fine. Or like, there's so many variations on that. That sort of concept that we have power outside of ourselves. We have influence outside of ourselves on not just a physical level, but on an energetic level. So I do believe that there is something higher than ourselves. Is it God? Is it the universe? Is it something we don't particularly understand? Is it scientific and we just don't have the technology to quite wrap our minds around it yet? I don't know, but I do think that there is something. But like, scientists call it quantum mechanics, Christians call it prayer, witches call it spell work. It's just, we all have different names for it, but nobody is denying, well, some people are denying that it exists, but nobody is denying that it exists. But primarily, on a base level, it's coming from you. It is what you are putting out into the universe. And maybe that could manifest as some really scary stuff. Like, I can't remember where I was reading it, but I was reading or listening. I listen to so many podcasts. It's unreal. So I never know if I've read something, if I've heard something, or particularly where it's from. I want to do some more research into this, and if I debunk it, I'll cut it out the video. But I was reading or listening, or I have heard that people in the West, if they get schizophrenia, it's more dark, demonic, hurt people. Not always, but it's more scary. But people in the East who get schizophrenia, who are more, because in the West we're very much every man for themselves, sink or swim, just deal with it kind of vibes. Whereas in the East, not always, but they are more sort of family oriented. If you are one of the pack, you are one of the team. You are not yourself, you're an extension of the family, of us. It's not oneness, it's togetherness. And that can be bad for its own reasons. Like, there is a balance between those two states, which I don't necessarily think either East or West gets right, stereotypically. But apparently, people in the East who get schizophrenia are more likely to see good things. But I've gone off on a whole tangent. I don't even know why I went off on this tangent. But I think my main point is that I think the things we see can be a reflection of ourselves. It is us manifesting, projecting, seeing the darkest part of ourselves, which is why it's often called shadow work. If you want to heal, you need to do shadow work, which means you need to go through the scary, you need to go through the raw, you need to go through the hurt and the trauma and the blocks and the avoidance and the denial and all the icky, dirty, mucky stuff that everybody just wants to shove in a box and lock up and never touch again. But I do think that is interesting, just as a concept. But yeah, I do think that there is some merit in potentially the things that we see external to ourselves could be the reflection of us, our manifestation of us. But it's a theory. I'm just going to carry on before I go off on another tangent.
Idea, if you're down, do you want to go in first?
Okay. Oh god. Hey, what the fuck was that?
What? This?
No, my fucking key just moved! No, I didn't touch that! Okay. Oh god. Hey, what the fuck was that?
No, it wasn't a shot.
No, my fucking key just moved! No, I didn't touch that!
I thought you touched that.
I didn't. Oh my god. Wait.
Wait, no, I literally thought you just
What the fuck just.
Dude, I have chills all over my...
Honestly, she's worked herself up so much that generally could have just been like gravity moving the keychain or something, but she's so stressed and anxious and worked up that she's very reactive right now. I mean, she's also an actress, so like she could be acting, but I don't necessarily get the sense that she is. I mean, she could be, but no, like it wasn't in shot, we can't see it, but that could have been a completely mundane thing, but she's just so worked up that she can't rationalize it right now.
Did you see that?
I heard it.
I heard that too. No, I literally thought you were holding it.
It felt like somebody was going like, I heard that.
100%. Yo, are you okay? You don't have to. Holy shit, you do not have to do this.
No, it's fine. Fucking garbage can. So I don't remember putting this lamp on, but when I saw whatever the heck I saw, it was standing about in the middle of the room, almost like on the table, like right here. And it was as tall as like the middle of this windowsill, which is probably about like 6 feet, probably like 6'2", 6'3". I don't know.
Selena, real note, have you ever seen her like this before?
I've never seen Chris like this in my life.
She is genuinely affected right now.
Yeah, no, I feel bad, dude. I feel bad.
Me too. That was just a joke. Like, you come in there.
Like, this shows everybody that, like, this shit is real. It's them singing.
This is her first time, right?
Do you hear two voices? Listen to that.
Is she talking to somebody?
I mean, I can hear voices. It could just be somebody else down the hall. You're in a publicly open hotel. Noise travel's weird. It's not outside the realm of possibility.
I heard two voices.
Oh my god. I'm sweating.
Also, Chris is whispering, so I'm surprised you can even hear Chris, to be honest. Also, all of these lights are on. Is it possible that the staff and housekeeping go into the occupied rooms at sort of sunset time and turn the lights on so that when people go to their rooms after they've been out for the day or are having dinner or whatever, and they're not stumbling around in the dark? Because every single light is on. Like, all the lamps, the bathroom light, everything, all the lights are on. So unless Sam and Colby went around and turned every single light on, there is absolutely no reason why all the lights would be on. And if they're just doing it for the bit, then surely it would just be the table lamp that was on. I don't stay in big fancy hotels, or any hotels. They don't go anywhere. But could that be a thing? Do posh hotels do that? I mean, I can see the logic in it, because nobody wants to be stumbling around in the dark when they're, you know, trying to just get in and go to bed. But yeah.
Are you good?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
You okay?
Yeah, everything's good. Everything's fine. Yeah.
Did you see anything weird?
No, I'm good. It was like here.
That tall?
Yeah, because it was far back in the room, and
Because
the
we
head
were
height was about
down
to the middle of
there.
this.
It just passed like a shuttle super fast.
No,
No,
that
it
makes
didn't pass.
sense.
It was just like there.
Just standing there.
Yeah.
To see out over this light,
I
you
was
have
just
to
thinking-
be that high.
Holy shit, that was intense.
Oh my God.
What the fuck?
It's like a 10:30.
We just started the investigation. Oh my god.
They did say it was like the most haunted hotel in America for a reason.
Did anybody turn this on?
No
like this?
way.
How do you work this light? Now it's not working. It's like broken.
It's not working.
No way! It's broken after that.
Oh, okay, I should fix it.
Oh my god.
But why are you only pointing out that light and not all the other lights that are on? That you apparently didn't turn on?
And maybe we should set the camera right here and try to get as much of the room as possible into the mirror and into there. Starting now. No? That was stuck in there?
Very stuck.
Yeah, because it's an old door and it's an old lock. It's nothing weird, it's just how old things work.
What is that?
Is that in your backpack?
It's so loud.
It's that thing.
Why is that?
It's cold. But this is on.
I literally just watched you turn that off.
I just turned it off.
Yeah.
I know.
The flashlight was off.
And then just turns
As we
on.
walk towards this,
Yeah.
then it's like cold.
It's like as soon as we start to continue, it's always like, alright.
This hasn't happened like this since The Conjuring.
I mean, if it's happened before, surely there's a fault in it. Or you turn it off visually, you put it back in the bag, and when your hand's still in there, you turn it back on again, and then later you can be like, oh, it turned itself on.
Full.
It's funny that you would say that though. Because we've actually had reports from people hearing a very ball-like music coming from this room and laughter and everything else.
It's that energy in here.
What was
We actually believe that it may have been the original opening. There is one other thing that guests have reported seeing here, and even some of our kitchen staff. The apparition of a man looks as normal as you and me, sitting right over here looking out the window and then kind of looking around like he's looking for something or someone. Our staff come up to ask him, is there anything we could do for you? Maybe get you some coffee, something. No response, and pretty much dissipates.
There's two dancers, one Irene and
Not a thud in a hotel room. Couldn't have come from next door or upstairs. Or even at a push downstairs.
Vernon Castle. Both very, very, very famous, and they spent most of their high-end social life here at this hotel. So it's said, just like we were joking about earlier, if you dance to a specific ballroom song, you can see their apparitions. We have cat balls, so basically those go off if you see any motion. This is a REM pod, so if you get close, it will buzz.
I actually recently seen that Kenny Biddle did a video basically taking a cat ball apart and being like, it triggers itself. It can set itself off. And like, with a cat ball, I guess that makes sense because it's a cat toy. Like, sometimes cats are just like, that's boring. But if it just like randomly sets itself off and like the cat's over the other side of the room just chilling, and the cat ball sets itself off, then the cat's gonna be like, ooh, what's that? And then go play with it. Like, as a cat toy, that logically makes sense.
Especially when it touches it. No, imagine.
Oh my god! Yo! What the fuck?
The stats.
This is not fucking ball dancing.
It's an ad.
Shit, dude.
Right, so their phones are on, connected to the internet, so probably not on airplane mode. Possible trigger object for the REM pod, anybody?
Okay.
Can you guys dance to this?
Wait, why did that go off and then it doesn't go on again?
Because maybe we were stepping by the boards and it just set it off like. Keep dancing, keep dancing. What the fuck? Wait, it's actually not stopping though. You guys just said it, right? Is it just like a janky thing?
It might be a janky thing.
Oh my god! Now we're not over there.
I mean, one, can set itself off. Two, just because you're dancing on this bit of floor over here doesn't mean you're not disturbing the wood on this bit of floor over here. Like.
What the fuck was that?
What's going on?
Just say that never goes off. Yeah. It literally, it never goes off.
Oh god.
We're done now with the music. We just got in trouble.
Yeah, because you're fucking screaming your heads off and it's a business. Like, Jesus.
If these were like ghosts that were dancing in a ballroom, what if it was just kind of like a residual thing and they're moving all around this?
You know what's weird is that it feels like the air in the room is moving. When we came in, it was like really hot and stagnant, but now it's like, you know when a bunch of people move around, you can feel like the breeze of people? I literally feel the breeze of people.
Yeah, but you've all been moving around quite energetically as well. You have disturbed the air. Like, duh. I mean, that definitely could have been a girl scream. Doesn't mean it's a ghost. Like, there's probably kids in that hotel. There could be kids upstairs. They could be having a tickle fight before bed. They could be mucking about with their siblings. They could, you know, kids scream for all sorts of reasons. That sounds like a very little girl sort of high-pitched scream. Why are you acting like this place is empty? It's not.
This is what we call the meat locker. This is where he would keep the bodies.
Oh, it smells bad.
I'm a bad
It's
sniffer.
rancid.
Dude, you're having a psychic moment.
There's no way you guys
I can't
smell
smell it.
I smell like apples.
It smells like rancid in here.
Do I even need to say anything at this point? Like, again, it's a hotel. There are people in the hotel.
Remember I had told you I had nearly been locked down here twice.
Yeah.
Yes.
First time was that door. I'm doing my thing, I'm saying goodbye, and then I start hearing the metal scraping sound coming from that door. It's like this.
You're saying locks move on their own?
Yes, because that happened to me upstairs.
Holy shit!
Now the second time
was in here.
Wait,
you
what?
got locked in the meat locker.
Just about. And I was spraying. We have to spray around. But I'm spraying.
Spray what?
Spraying around as I'm backing out. My back hits this door.
Oh my god.
So it closed behind you?
That door is like solid. Like that's a.
This is a fat door, guy.
If there's someone here, can you make a sound? Did someone just tap on the door like this?
Oh, I did not do that, I swear. I went like this.
Yeah.
But I didn't go.
There's no sound.
I didn't knock.
It's weird because I am getting dizzy.
She loves it.
When you turn the lights off, it goes red in there. You want to try this? If there's someone in here with us, make a sound. Are you okay? Oh. Now wait, give it a second. Do you see it? Everything's kind of red. I think I'm looking through a red thing. If there's someone in here with us, can you make a sound? Did you hear that? Sliding sound? There's someone in Dude!
Ow!
What?
I said if there's anyone in here with us, make a sound, and then it kind of sounded like if you pulled plastic off a couch.
It's a hotel. that's open to business.
This is an automatic writing planchette, so you use it the same way, but instead of a board, it has a pencil right here and draws out certain objects.
Both times we tried this, we got
Weirdly,
crazy things.
if you feel that it needs to be pushed forward, push forward. If there's anything down here that wants to show themselves or talk to us, feel free to use RNG to push this pencil back and forth. I don't like this.
We're gonna take one hand off, paper keeps slipping. There we go, that's way better.
Is that a 2 or an S?
Why is it so symmetrical?
Kind of looks like a
It looks like an S.
or a 2.
Or an 8.
How about you come with me?
Everyone's going to get bored of me preaching about divination being psychology. With automatic writing and stuff like that, it is... Obviously some people claim it to be like ghosts or paranormal, supernatural, whatever. I'm still more on the lines that it is a divination tool and it is displaying something in your subconscious. With this particular one, with Sam having 2 hands on it and was like, oh, it doesn't take much to push this. Do I feel like he could have been guiding it a bit? Yeah, probably. But if we take that out of it, with groups, it gets a bit more confusing with like whose subconscious is doing what or whose micro movements are doing what. But if you were doing it on your own, for example, like I've done automatic writing, I like to do like music. If I'm feeling like really stuck and like I don't know what to do or I don't know like what I should be focusing on, I like to put music on with a notepad, sit in the dark so I can't see what I'm writing, and just listen to music, and I'll write down whatever words jump out at me in the songs or whatever feels relevant. And it's actually a really good insight for me into my mental state and also what I need to be focusing on. But yeah, it's like a divination or a self-assessment tool. It can be really helpful. But this, because also like Sam, especially if Sam was leading it with having 2 hands on it and knowing how it works, he knows the history of this place, so he could have led it to like a plot point or something of the history of this place.
Oh my fucking god! No!
Exactly.
But you said that 2 on that was where it was lit up? Like there's past investigations where that 2 is like glowing.
Yep, on the Ghost Hunters.
Ghost Hunters, they caught like an apparition right next to here?
Why that locker? What is that locker?
Yeah.
It's just more.
It's more of this.
Obviously that 2 is like a different material to the rest of the locker, so is it possible that if you put like your hand on it, or if you like on it, like to warm it up, could that too absorb more warmth than the metal locker, so that you warm it up and then you pan your camera over it, that it would display red, it would display hot because you've warmed it up, but obviously the metal isn't as reactive to temperatures like that. Just an idea.
Just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna start recording right now. We're gonna see if anything's changed about your room.
What are you looking at? What's wrong? Wait, what's wrong?
What the fuck?
I made a mental note that this towel was draped. Sorry, it's here right now. Was draped over the bathtub like this before we left because I was just
Checking
mapping everything out.
What the actually? A towel fucking moved? Are you kidding me?
I'm not joking. I wonder if when I was recording, because I did go in the bathroom, like when I went in here by myself.
Maybe you touched it?
No, not if I touched it.
Or
if I got it where it was draped, so then we could actually physically see it, not just take my fucking word for it, which I don't have time to lie about.
I was gonna say, there's absolutely no reason why you would have to lie. It is not in the corner. You can see it right there.
Oh my!
It's not there! It's draped over!
Actually, I have another scary thing to say.
Okay.
Tell me this doesn't look like lips, a nose, and a chin.
It
is! Bro, do you see this?
God.
Look at this.
Yeah, like someone peering in.
Nose.
Looks like when
You see the nostrils, and then the chin is pressed up.
Yeah.
Like it's looking
Like
in.
it's like
You can see, it looks like it's going like this. Like you can see.
Like you're kissing the glass.
Like something was looking in there.
nose, lips, chin.
Can you imagine the level of Botox you would need for lips like that? Like, okay, pareidolia at its finest, I guess. And as for the towel, I don't know, unless one of the others moved it. Spooked Chris, I don't know. Maybe it moved on its own. But also, maybe, am I just too desensitized to this stuff? Because they're sitting there being like, oh no, like, you want things to happen, but when they actually do, like, it's creepy. No, it's not. Like, you get used to it.
Thinking it's getting late, past 1 o'clock now. So we're thinking we'll do our last investigation in the most haunted room of the hotel. Best case scenario, try to talk to everything at once. So we're going to invite any spirit that's here, anything that's been showing themselves to us throughout the entire night, anything that's been moving the gathering towel in the bathroom. If you want to come up with us, you're welcome to follow us just to our next room.
You guys ready? Last one.
Theodora is a nurse. She was the head nurse
she
of this whole
was.
place. So this is one of our favorite methods of communication. They're just regular flashlight. This scans frequencies just like a radio station or anything like that. And it has a dictionary of words. Each frequency matches a word. You can literally speak back to us with words. We are in Theodora's room. I'm wearing purple for Norman Baker. This color is blue. And you go up and tap the blue flashlight. Go up to that, hit it, and it'll turn on.
Be Norman?
Oh my god, if your name is Norman Baker, if you recognize the name Norman Baker, can you turn off that red flashlight?
Did Michael follow us up here?
Oh shit.
Michael, no!
Can you turn off that blue flashlight if your name is Michael on 3? 1, 2.
Oh my god!
Wasn't on 3 though, was it? Didn't get to 3. But you could see it flickering. So he knew it was going to turn off. He just got his timing wrong.
Did you work here at the hotel? If so, can you turn that flashlight off?
Oh.
Was already turning off by the time he was asking the question.
So we have this piece of ghost equipment called the spirit box. If you come up and talk to it, we can hear exactly what you're saying through radio frequencies. If you'd like to use that form of communication, could you give us a sign, an obvious sign, turn on one of these flashlights, or...
Turn it on!
Yeah, but they're turning on and off at semi-regular intervals. It's just how they're positioned with the, you know, being slightly on, slightly off, and the circuits going on, off, on, off, on, off. It's just how batteries work. It's how circuits work. It's nothing paranormal.
Now for everybody's favorite part, the Estes method. This is a spirit box. It's gonna shift through just random radio waves, and then...
Spirit box sessions are sensory deprived so that the answers are 100% authentic. Nothing is ever 100% authentic because people have personal biases, even if they're not outright faking it. Like, your brain is a organic computer searching for patterns the entire time. Your brain is just gonna click onto whatever it thinks it hears, whatever makes sense within the context. And sensory deprivation sort of boosts that because you're depriving some senses so that your other senses are going into overdrive, and it's trying to make sense of your surroundings because you're vulnerable. That being said, I would try the Estes method just to see what's up with it, but it's not doing what you're selling it as right now.
You're just gonna say the words that you hear.
Oh,
So
cool.
if you would like to do it,
Yeah, okay.
do it.
I
We can
mean,
ask questions.
Might as well.
Chris, can you hear us? Hey.
Perfect.
No, man.
No man.
Man, who didn't like men? There was somebody that didn't like men.
Michael.
Michael.
Michael didn't like men.
Is this Michael? Girl, I want you.
Oh my fucking god! That's exactly. That exactly.
Michael, do you want Chris?
Rope.
He fell.
Yeah, words like...
Or like
creepy,
sexually.
kinky
Tell
shit.
me where you are now.
I can hear this in her headphones.
I'm going to...
Where are you going?
What are you gonna do?
I've worked here.
You work with patients?
Children.
Work with children. There was a children's wing. This could be a nurse. Or multiple
Can you give
people.
us a hint on who you are or what's going on?
War.
Civil War was like in the same
We
area.
are
We do the survive both World War I and...
gone.
We are gone?
Empath.
Can you tell that Chris is an empath? Have you been showing yourself to Chris all night?
Patience.
Uh-oh.
A man.
Are you the man that Chris saw in the bedroom, in the hotel room?
God was here.
Were you watching us from the window when we were outside?
I'm in the room.
What the fuck? Oh, where are you?
It's so clear. I don't know what is going on.
Where are you in the room? Can you point or show us?
I think he said, were you in the room, like our room that we saw in the window? He said, and he said, I'm in the room.
Were you in the window? I'm in the
Talking about
room.
he's in there right now.
In the corner.
Oh my god! Yo, what the fuck? In this corner?
wasn't in the corner of the room. She said he was standing on the table in the middle of the room. So that doesn't make sense with what they're trying to suggest.
Glass.
Glass? No, they're talking about the other room.
The corner, the glass, like the window. So this person was in the corner of the room, and she said, "I want you, girl," at the beginning. Holy shit.
I think this is Michael.
Can you confirm? Can you say yes?
I like to dance.
Were you in the ballroom with us?
Have you been following us all night? Can you confirm that you're Michael? That's all we want to know.
What's your job?
I'm here.
I don't think Michael's a bad spirit.
Okay.
I think he was just following us the entire night and trying to just get Chris's attention because we made jokes. Right.
You okay?
Wait.
What? Oh, somebody's probably in one of the other rooms?
What time is it? It's like 2.
Go look.
No, there's no door open. I bet it was just open for a second and then closed.
Yeah, that very much could have been somebody coming in from like a wedding or a party or traveling late. Perfectly mundane door sound in a open, active hotel. As for the whole spirit box thing, obviously we couldn't hear it, so there's no way to determine whether she was accurately hearing the words or whether her own suggestion and bias got in the way. There's no way to determine that. I mean, Selena getting sick. People get sick out of nowhere. Like, that's not outside the realm of possibility. It doesn't mean she was paranormally affected. People can just get sick. So, my final thoughts are... I mean, I feel like I've been kind of vocal about my thoughts this video. I mean, do I think that Sam and Colby maybe had their fingers in things? Yeah, I kind of do. Could it also have been hotel staff just doing their job? It also could have been that. As for whether I think this hotel is actually haunted, I mean, it could be. I still think Norman haunting that hotel is complete bullshit. But, you know, while they didn't actually claim to talk to Norman while they were there, they did say that he was haunting that hotel. Oh no, I didn't turn my desktop audio back up. Okay, I'm going to try and save it. I think because I wasn't talking over it, I might be able to save this footage. I hope so, I'm not doing that again. But if this video is a bit wonky, that's why. I'm sorry. I forgot to check my desktop audio. I mean, let me know what you thought down in the comments down below, and if you want me to look at anybody else in particular, or any videos in particular, just give me suggestions. You know, I'm going to run out of ideas eventually, like, I'm going to run out of channels. So if there's anything specific you'd like me to cover, just like, let me know. But with that, I've rambled for long enough. I will leave you to the rest of your day. I hope it's a good one, and I will see you next time. Bye.